What is, what was, and what will be start here with the words, in the beginning there was...
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Bearded Game Masters. As always, I am your host, Ron, and I am joined today by Mike.
Hello again.
And today we're going to be talking about the intergalactic Steam Summer Sale.
Woo!
I think the game plan today is we're gonna look over the sale that's going on here, see what they've got, maybe make some recommendations, talk about a couple of the games here, maybe talk about a couple of the previous Steam sales, all that shindig. A little caveat to this: if you don't have a nice little gaming computer or laptop, whatever works, I'll wait for you to go out and get one, and then hook it all up, install Steam, and then we can all do this together as a nice, lovely family.
And for those of you who and for those who also don't have a PC, also remember that you're missing out on some great deals if you fork up the dough for a nice computer.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And of course, and for those playing at home on YouTube, we actually get to see, through me anyway, the Steam Summer Sale as well. So, and I think real quick, Ron, I think it would be a good point to do a little housekeeping. Have that. Public service announcement. Yes, there is episode 6 of Bearded Game Masters. And no, you guys out there who do listen to us may not be able to ever hear it. There is a technical glitch with the audio track. And apparently, apparently as awesome as Adobe Audition is, a air conditioner fan in the background, although can be removed, it destroyed Ron's angelic voice, and I could not bear anyone to, be subjugated to such a corruption. So it's been done, it's completed, it's produced, but it's sitting on my hard drive, and maybe in the near future or distant future, at some point, we might release it. But for now, it's going to have to sit and collect some dust. I think the only thing of note that I think you and I would like to mention is that we did give our regards to the late Total Biscuit. And we will miss him dearly. And I think, Ron, you would agree with that as well, right?
Oh, yes, completely. That is a guy whose presence is missed everywhere.
Right. But he still has his curator channel on Steam. So we got that still. Thank God.
Yes.
So
the TLDR of it all is it was bad. It came out bad. It was hot. I needed to run some air conditioning. Thought we could work with it. Didn't.
Right.
Sorry.
So lessons learned.
Yes.
Right. So, all right. How do we, I guess we'll go hunt for some deals.
Yeah, you know what? Let's look here. Again, like we said in the beginning here, this is another one of the lovely Steam summer sales that are going on. Mm-hmm. Pretty much any PC gamer's wet dream,
right?
Because most of the time you can find some pretty awesome deals. If it's your first time going through an experience Steam sale, it's probably it's going to be awesome for you because there's just so much cool stuff. If you're like myself or maybe Mike or a few other people out there who've gone through a few Steam sales, you're going to see, and it's a little unfortunate, you're going to see a lot of the stuff that's kind of the same. Right. You might find like the rare title here and there where it's like, oh, wow, this is actually on sale. And it's, like 30% off, 50% off. I've got to get this. But in my particular case where, like I said, I've done a few of these. I end up sitting there going like, all right, well, I have that already. No, that's not really that interesting to me. And then you end up realizing that, damn, Steam Summer Sale went by and I only bought like 12 games, not like 112
Right.
games like, the previous year, you know. But I mean, for all things considered here on this one, it's not really too bad. I mean, there's a couple of good things. I mean, you've got, well, I mean, if you're into the farming, the simulator games, there's
Farming 2018.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
There's always.
But here's the thing: it's only 50% off. That's not a sale. We need more than 50% off.
Again, I mean, I imagine that's kind of got like a little bit of a cult following to it, if you will, for the people that are into those games. So, I mean, 50% off on it's. I mean, to me, I don't care. Like those never did it for me. But to someone else, that might be like an amazing deal on it. So for what it is,
like
I let it be.
Like I was, I wanted to say a moment earlier is that you do a few of these summer sales. Suddenly, that 20, 30, 40% is, you're like, no. I'll wait till it's more, because you'll see there are some 80, 85%, 90% sales out there, especially if it's your first run and it's one of those old classic games that you haven't played in forever, like maybe a System Shock 2, which you could get for $2 or something like that at one point. And so that's like, holy crap, I got to grab that. So let's see here.
There is also, I mean, if you're into the, I kind of would almost call it like the Telltale style games, but there is Life is Strange, which is pretty interesting. I haven't actually gone through and played it. The wife has, but she's a big fan of it, and I've heard plenty of people going on about how much they liked it.
Let's see here. Well, here's one that's been recommended to me. And I already have a copy, though not on Steam. I actually got it on Good Old Games, and that's Star Wars Empire at War, which is still actually fairly decent RTS game. Back during the classic Star Wars. I think this came out before the prequels. But if it didn't, was it? Oh no, 2006. Yeah, it did come out during the prequels, but it wasn't heavily influenced by the prequels. It was all during the original trilogy.
Okay.
And the expanded universe stuff. So you'll have things like Dark Troopers and stuff in there, but just like the earlier version, like the earlier RTS Star Wars games, Star Wars Rebellion, I mean, there's nothing better than actually building a Death Star and just mowing down rebels. And what they got it for $8, which is actually not too bad for a game that's 12 years old, and it actually still runs on today's hardware.
Yeah. Two that I want to make a point out on is that if anyone who's a fan of indie titles, Hollow Knight, which I haven't played. It's on my list too, but I haven't actually played it yet. That's on sale. It's normally like a $15 game, which isn't a bad price to begin with, but it's on sale for less than $10, which the amount of people that I heard raving and ranting about this game is apparently very much worth it. And it's also gotten like very positive reviews. So it's definitely something. Oh, and it's just a little caveat or a little note here. I guess it's like it's a 2D side scroller. I guess it's kind of like a Metroidvania game. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't played it. I've only seen this couple of still images and the videos of it on Steam when you're on its page. But that's definitely worth it. Also, surprisingly, Doom is 50% off, and I'm talking the what is it, 2016 Doom?
The 2016 Doom.
The 2016 Doom, which I will admit, my first time playing through, I wasn't really all that impressed.
Really?
You know what? I how do I word this? Absolutely gorgeous. The gunplay was awesome, and just it was crazy, and it was fun. I was just hoping for I was hoping for a little bit more when it came to the story, but then I needed to remember that it's Doom. I mean, it's
not about the story.
Yeah, it's never been about that story.
For me, the moment I realized it wasn't a duck and cover shooter, I was like, yes. I mean, like Id it knows how to make a PC shooter, an arcade style shooter. And I liked Doom 3. I love the haunted house. I actually prefer the original Doom 3, not the BFG edition, because I like the having to worry about, do I want to use my gun or do I need the flashlight? Mm-hmm. And having that tension there I thought was fantastic. It was very story driven though. You had a lot of in-game cutscenes. Yeah. Which this game right off the bat made it very clear that this is not that kind of game when when the Doom guy basically punches the screen when he was about to get some exposition, all right, or when the doctor was telling you now very delicately you must remove this, that, and Doom guy just smashes it, like the Hulk. Yeah, and you realize that the hell with the plot. We just want to shoot the game. We just want to shoot demons.
Yeah. And, I'll definitely say my second time through.
For $15, I would definitely jump on this. Sure.
Oh God,
and you can actually bundle this with Wolfenstein 2 and get it for $35, which is actually not a bad deal either.
Well, I haven't played Wolfenstein 2, so I don't know how good it is or not. The first one was awesome. Also, I believe for Doom they did a 4K resolution on it. They added Doom? For Doom if memory serves me correct.
There was an update for it, and actually speaking of 4K resolutions, I think one of the better deals and a surprisingly better deal considering it literally just was ported to PC just a couple months ago is Final Fantasy 15, which is now for $25. On Steam for the Steam sale. And that, I think, is for a game that's really recent, even on console. I think it came out, last year?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah. So a year later, it's at half price.
And I believe that has all the DLCs and everything. It's everything that came out for it.
Right. It has DLC. It has 4K resolution texture pack and does support 8K video resolution. Good luck trying to do that. I think I've seen some YouTube videos. There are some YouTube videos that demonstrate it, but unless you have an 8K monitor, you're not going to really see anything.
Yeah.
And nobody has an 8K monitor right now. I think Dell sells one, but it's really meant for professionals, artists, and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But what I like about things like that is that 5 years from now, you'll have that support, and you can come back to play this game again and be blown away all over again. Yeah. So I like to have that kind of forward thinking. And like I said, for $25, I think if there's any one deal on Steam, I think this might be the one you want to grab. Because you may not see a deal like this till maybe the Christmas sale. And right?
Probably. I mean, again, for a game like it's a lot of content for a very little amount of money. So if you haven't played them, it's worth a shot. It's definitely worth it. I played it on console, and I had a lot of fun with it.
Right. I actually picked it up, and it runs great. I have the same issue I've been having with a lot of other Square Enix ports, is that they don't understand the concept of a surround sound system. And whenever there's a cutscene, all the voice audio goes into the rear left speaker. Mm-hmm. And the Final Fantasy 13 games I've have do this. I think, what was it? It was, look through my whole list of games here. What could I find here? It's another Square title. Oh, The Last Remnant. That did the same thing as well, where all the audio was in the back left corner. But if you could get, it's completely first world problem. I mean, I have surround sound speakers. Most PC players don't have surround sound speakers. They're all using headsets now. So that kind of support is kind of fading away, I think. But in any case, I would still pick it up. It's still a great game.
Yeah. And if by chance you have a whole VR setup and you're one of the 6 people in the world who haven't played Skyrim yet, you can get the Skyrim VR for it's $41, but I think that's a little much for it, but it's
Yeah.
I mean, it is a VR game, and Skyrim, there is a lot to Skyrim, so I really can't argue that. But nonetheless, yeah, if you have a VR system and you haven't played it, it's probably worth looking into.
You would think that would be bundled in with people who already have Skyrim twice.
Or
the original edition and the special edition. But, yeah, I don't have a headset. I don't think I've ever planned on having a headset anytime soon. So, but if you're still into headsets, VR headsets, if I can find it here. There we go. Super Hot. Is a game you definitely want to play either regular or VR.
Okay, Super Hot's just a game you want to play.
Yeah, for $19, it's a great time waster. Mm-hmm. That's the VR version. Is $15 for the regular version. Mm-hmm. And that's the one I have. That's a game. That's a nice action/puzzle game. Yeah, there's a solution to every level. You have to figure it out,
and it's ridiculous when you do.
Oh yeah, I mean, slicing bullets with a katana, 10 out of 10 right off the bat. Sorry, I know I stole that from somewhere, but that's the truth.
Yeah,
definitely worth it. Yep, still very positive. Did you pick anything up so far on Steam sale, Ron? Or are you waiting out the last second?
I'm holding out just yet. There's a couple I want to see if they drop at all. Mm-hmm. But there's, to be fair, the ones that I have my eyes on aren't. It's nothing new. It's stuff that came out a couple of years ago. I want to pick up Quake 3. I haven't.
And I'm surprised this is on for $7.50 because Good Old Games did have it for $5 just a few weeks ago. Good Old Games has been doing a thing where they have their summer sale a week or two before Steam, and they're getting really, really competitive with their games
in my eyes,
and that's great. And I don't think Good Old Games is getting as much love as Steam is. That they should, especially with their sales, especially with the classic games like Quake 3, which is an absolute must-have if you have a PC. Mm-hmm. There's no reason not to have it. But actually, I did pick up another game the other day, and that was Kingdom Come.
Not familiar with that one.
Kingdom Come Deliverance. It's a role-playing game, kind of in the style of Skyrim, but there's no magic or anything like that. It takes place in medieval Europe in the year 1404 in the land of Bohemia, which for you non-history majors is what you would call the Czech Republic or Czechoslovakia today. And it deals with kind of the turmoil that happened after the Holy Emperor Charles IV had died, and his son who got the title of being the idol, basically just let the country rot, and all he cared about was his orgies. And he was just a son of a blacksmith, and I have to actually sit down and start playing. I got through a little bit. It's visually very beautiful. Character animations, though, especially during dialogue, is not as fluid as, say, Witcher 3. But for me, it serves its purpose. I'm more interested in the exploration and getting around. So there's no magic, and the combat is fairly realistic. It's based really on medieval swordplay rules. So it's not high fantasy at all. But it's a very large open world, and I think anyone who's into those kind of games where you can go out there and explore and make your own adventure, this is definitely right up there with it. So,
yeah, and speaking of Witcher 3, that I just noticed here is 60% off, so you can get the Game of the Year edition for $20, and that is 100% worth it. It's going to take you
absolutely.
3 years to finish it, but it's totally worth it.
Honestly, I think we should just stop the show right there for $20 Witcher 3. That's it. I mean, this is definitely, I don't see why you don't want to ever have this game.
Yeah, that is one that I will probably continue to work on for a lot longer. If I can talk, damn, I can't talk for anything today. But yeah, it's going to be one that I'm going to work on for a while. Also, probably, I don't know if you ever played this one, Mike, but they've got GTA 5 for $20, which was like
seeing that.
The story for it, because like I'll be honest, I was never a GTA fan. Like they're just sandbox games. I really have a hard time sticking with sandbox games.
You and I played the original one back in high school when we snuck it on the school's computers, right?
Yeah, but I mean those. That was a little different. Even that though, I would only play it for a little bit and then I'd get bored with it.
Right.
But I will say they got this one here, which the story was a lot of fun, but the multiplayer, they just keep adding more and more to it, and it's still, for as old as it is, still wildly popular. And they've got on there for that. That's for less than $20. So it's definitely worth looking into.
In-game currency is on sale too.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you get for instead of $100 for 8 million credits, it's $85 for 8 million credits. That's the only one on sale. So the Megalodon Shark. So,
what else do we got here? Actually, there's they got Ori for only $10, and you know what? Anyone out there who enjoys like dungeon crawlers, roguelike dungeon crawlers, Darkest Dungeon for $7.49, 100% hands down, totally worth it. Fun game, great art style, interesting lore. It's definitely worth looking into if you like those kinds of games.
It looks like an old Flash game.
Yeah, it does. It does. But that one was really good. I still have that and I still play it. It's
is it like a dungeon crawler?
Yep.
The combat sides it's like on a side view.
Yep. And then you got your party and you build them up and hammer through it. It's good. It's actually really good. I like it.
What do they have? Yeah, they do. Oldie but goodie, the Wizardry games, which are kind of like the same thing. It's a dungeon crawl. They have here Wizardry 8 for $2.50. This game came out in 2001. And if you like old school dungeon crawlers, this is definitely the Wizardry games you couldn't go wrong with. You come up with it's almost like was it the Grimlock?
Okay.
The Legend of Grimrock. That's it. The Legend of Grimrock games. Basically the same thing. And good crawl.
Yeah. You've got if you're a fan of the Portal games, they've got Portal 2 for $2.
They give Valve gives their games away at this point.
Yeah.
At the Steam sales. And that's all right, because when you're first coming into Steam and you don't have any games, those are the ones you want to pick up right away.
Yeah.
It's the Valve games, the Half-Lives. Let's see here. What's another good one that's for Game of the Year edition is at 50% off. It's only $30. And of course, I guess they're trying to get rid of them. The Steam Link.
Yeah. I was actually
$2.50.
I was a little surprised.
That tells you
by
the
that.
markup this thing was. I bought this at $50 at GameStop.
Yeah.
I mean, to me that $50 was totally worth it. For what I use it, I have this hooked up into my bedroom's television so that, I can kind of like lay in bed and play a game, and I can keep it quiet because there's no noisy computer in my room. It's in the other room, and it works fine, beautifully. So $250. That's I mean, even if you don't ever plan on using it, that's like $250. Just buy it.
You have it just in case you want it.
Right. What's
Actually, what's funny here, there is Half-Life 2 for 99 cents.
There you go.
Like,
that's a game you can. That was a great game.
Yeah, it was. It was really good. It's a shame we'll never get the third.
Here's a game. Well, here's a game we'll never get a sequel for, and I think it's very good. And I do have this one. This was the Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning.
Ah, yes.
$10 for the full DLC package, or $5 if you just want the core game. But get the like if you've never done a Steam sale, always get the packs. All right. So if a game comes bundled, get the bundle. Yeah, right? It's worth it. Especially in the long run. This is a great game. I think it's underappreciated. This is a great RPG game to kind of like sit back and just fool around for about an hour or so, and just have a good time. I actually never finished it, mainly because I'll get so far and I'm like, what the hell do I have to do again? I end up just starting over again. I just end up starting over again. Yeah. Or I switch, or end up reloading the machine, my computer, or everything like that, and I lose the save file. And I was like, well, okay, I'll have to start over again. But I don't get bored from it at all. I don't mind going over the same areas twice or three times.
Yeah, you enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. But let's see if they have. This is a game that tends to be in a bundle, and that's Bioshock.
Oh, okay.
All right. And I see it right here. Bioshock 1, 2, and 3 Infinite, along with season passes and remastered versions, $15.
Totally worth it.
Absolutely. You're basically getting 6 games for $15. That's you can't, like I said, you can't go wrong with that. And these are excellent games. Crazy as hell sometimes with the shooting. Especially Infinite goes nuts.
Yeah, Infinite's a little crazy, and that's where, in my eyes, it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
I remember the first time I played Bioshock Infinite. I got the 1080p monitor here, and when you're first doing the grappling hook thing and you're swinging around, I had to remind myself I'm playing a game. That was so great. That was fantastic. That really got me. And I hate heights like that. I mean, I could be on top of a building, but I like to have, as long as there's something underneath my feet. Platforming games tend to be my problem like that.
Fair enough.
But you know what? Something I miss, Ron, a lot from the Steam sales, and
what's that?
And I really wish they bring it back, but they'll never bring it back. It's the old flash sales.
Yes.
That's what made this such an event. And for those who don't remember, there was a gimmick that was going on. You had daily sales and flash sales. So everything would be discounted, but a select few will get an additional discount during the day, and that would be your daily sale. But I was like, every hour or 2 hours, even more select few of games would get a flash sale, and they tend to even be even a steeper discount, and only be for a couple hours. Mm-hmm. And the trick was to always keep watching Steam and to time things right. All right, because my mistake when I first did my very first summer sale is I went ahead and bought what I wanted, not realizing that there was a flash sale, and one of the games I got for 40% off, which I thought was a steal, ended up at 90% off a couple days later in a flash sale, and I was pissed when I saw that, and I realized what I did, and I became wiser. And unfortunately, what Steam has done is decided they're just going to just give you discounts. So, the rush is that kind of adrenaline rush you would have for a week or two is gone. You see all the sales and you just wait pretty much towards the end when you know you have the money for something.
Yeah.
So, but apparently Valve has actually been making more money by getting rid of the flash sales than they were with it. And that's a shame because I like that gimmick. Now you can just get cards, which I don't know about you. I don't do anything with.
Yeah, I don't. I just have them sitting there collecting, internet dust.
Yeah, I like I said, I just don't know. I don't understand. I know you could generate money with it. I think, but
Yeah, you
I
can
look at
sell
this as
them.
like, yeah, what, 5 cents?
Hey, it adds up.
Yeah, so I don't bother with it at all. I honestly don't.
Yeah. Little side note here: anyone who's a fan of the indie horror titles that have come out over the couple of years, got Amnesia: The Dark Descent. So it's the first one.
Oh yeah,
$2.99.
Yes.
So good. Very much worth it. Very much worth it.
And honestly, get the sequel too.
Oh
so
yeah.
for that and the Machine for Pigs, $5.25, grab them. These, Frictional Games had they had their Penumbra series, which was also very good and very dark. But this one is kind of like kicked off, I think, the real modern day horror house, haunted house, horror house game.
Mm-hmm.
Especially a game where you are completely vulnerable. The monster is invincible. Good luck. And of course, this led to the creation of probably one of my favorite games, and the reason why I built this computer I have here, and that's for Alien Isolation.
Okay.
And you can get Isolation itself for $10, or, and I suggest this, get the full pack with the DLCs for $13. Absolutely worth it. If you like a haunted, if you like that kind of suspenseful horror game, this is it. This is definitely one of them. And wow, 4 years old already. I can't believe it.
Actually, here's one that I saw that I'm actually surprised by. I'm happy to see it. I almost want to get it. Brutal Legend for $2.24. That was how do I describe it?
It looks fun already.
Well, I know it is. It is. And Jack Black stars in it, and I think he's funny.
Is that Ozzy Osbourne?
It's pretty much every big, well-known hair metal person makes some. Well, most of them make a cameo. It's put it this way: it's if you're into old metal, then this is something for you.
Well, definitely put this on my wish list for now.
Yeah, it is. It's a fun game and an amazing soundtrack. Oh, the soundtrack was so much fun. So, and then you've always got your Mortal Kombat's. There's Mortal Kombat 9 Complete Edition. That one runs $5. Gameplay was on point. Story was actually surprisingly really interesting. What's that?
I was about to say, speaking of games with good soundtrack, Alan Wake has a great soundtrack. And I went to the store, the Steam page to see what's on sale, what's on for sale. It's no longer for sale on Steam.
No.
They took it off.
Yeah, I think there's some kind of like ongoing legal battle with that game, and I don't know all the details.
American Nightmare, which is the sequel, is for sale, and that's for $5.
Yes, but I think it's the soundtrack on the first one is what the issue is.
That's a shame. You would think they'd have all that copyright stuff figured out by the time they release a game,
Yeah, but I mean, again, I don't know everything that's going on with it. I haven't bothered looking into it.
Yeah. Let's see here. Turok 2, The Seeds of Evil, $10. Anybody who had a Nintendo 64 knows this game. The Turok games. Mm-hmm. And you could get both for $11.23.
Yeah.
Quake, the original Quake. If Doom was the grandfather, this is your daddy of first person shooters. The original Quake, $1.24. Absolutely, this is a must have. There's no excuse not to buy this.
No excuse on that one.
No. In fact, you get all the Quake games for $12.49, which is, again, why are you Quake 2 is $1.24 as well, by the way. That's another great game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you don't have these, why don't you have these?
Right. So, Steam sales, if you're looking for classic games, Steam, when you get a Steam sale, you can easily add up your library. Alien vs. Predator 2000, $1.24 as well. Again, this is a must have, and you should definitely have this.
Mass Effect 2, $5. Probably the best one in the series, and well worth the $5.
And this is the one that crashes on me every time I get my ship.
What, Mass Effect 2?
Yep.
Oh,
I can't
that's a
finish
shame.
it. It always crashes every time.
That is a damn shame because that is so good.
And I got this actually for free on Origin. They had it on the house for a little while.
Yeah.
And I picked it up there. So why not? And I played it. I was loving it. And as soon as you get to the port, you get that, you start out with a colony and they play the music that's like ripped right out of the movie Aliens. And I was like, I got really into it. And it's like, okay, now you got your ship. And as soon as you're ready to start your first mission with the ship, game crashes every time. And I can't figure out why. And, I didn't pay any money for it. So it's like, I'm not going to really fuss over it.
Yeah.
I'll live.
That still sucks, though.
Yeah. Ooh, Jade Empire 374. That's a good game.
I have never played that, but I've gotten hollered at by friends of mine when I said I've never played that. So apparently
I'm
it's
going to
really
holler
good.
you now for not playing it because it's a great game.
Dying Light for $15. That I had so much fun with that game. Totally worth it. Especially if you got a couple of friends to play it with.
Mm-hmm. Anybody who's interested in JRPG games, the Tales of games are on sale, and they have Tales of Berseria for $15. I think it was Tales of Symphonia is like the really popular one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people know that one.
Mm-hmm. See if I can find that. See if it's on sale.
I'm just looking for Jade Empire here.
There we go. Oh, Dark Souls 3, $15. There you go.
Oh, you know what? The Souls games are just, I love them. At first I wasn't real big on it, but they've grown on me, and I like them. I like them a lot.
Oh, yeah. A lot like Contra. It's just a brutal game, but it's fair brutal.
Mm-hmm. Just be prepared to die a lot.
A lot. You died.
A couple of other indie titles here that I'm noticing. SteamWorld Heist, which is just the SteamWorld games are fun, and then Transistor, which is awesome for $5.
Mm-hmm.
Dead Space 2 for $5.
Oh, let's see. This was an indie game that you and I both played. Party Hard.
Oh, I love that game.
That's a great game. $4.38. Excellent indie title game. It's a very dark game.
Oh, it is, but it's just it's stupid fun. I love it.
It's fun, and it's very challenging. I mean, I've done a few areas, but it's a hard game. So the premise is basically like you're trying to sleep. Next door neighbors are having a party. They're up all night, clearly past curfew time. And so you only have one recourse, and that's to kill everybody. But you can't get caught. And it's so much fun. It's it's they have to do this as an 8-bit pixel style game because otherwise they get so much grief for having a game like this. So they have to make it cartoonish. But you have to hide the bodies. You can't be caught, and because when the cops come, you're pretty much screwed unless you're really lucky and good at this game. So let's see here.
Dead by Daylight, $10. That's awesome to play if you've got a couple of friends.
Yep.
Another a roguelike dungeon crawler, Enter the Gungeon. That's a fun game. That's only $7.49. You got Rocket League for $10. Rocket League's actually still surprises me on how popular that is.
I'm amazed it lasted this long. Have you ever played Rust?
I haven't. No.
It's for $8.24. I have thought about it, but I am generally not a multiplayer MMO kind of guy, with few exceptions. And a game like this, I would just get creamed constantly because I can't dedicate myself to a persistent open world like this. Yeah. But I have seen some videos, and it looks a lot of fun when you can get a group of guys together. Yeah. And just wreck people's forts. That looks like so much fun. So, a
nice, fun co-op multiplayer game. Wait a second. I'm sorry. Let me try that again. A nice, fun co-op PvE game. Killing Floors 2. That one's really good. That's only $12. That's 60% off. So that's definitely worth a look. Hotline Miami's. I've seen people go nuts over them. I haven't tried it, but
that's almost like Party Hard.
Oh yeah,
almost like it. I'm looking at probably the best game ever on Steam.
What's that?
Shower with Your Dead Simulator 2015.
Oh Jesus Christ!
And it's only for 69 cents.
I haven't found that one yet, but I'll make sure to pass over that one.
This is a game that's meant as a joke. You send this as a gift, as a joke. That's what it's meant for. Basically, you're a little kid in a public shower and you have to find your dad, and it's all like Atari graphics, and yeah. Of course, recommended titles is South Park Stick of Truth, which is actually for $7.50, by the way.
That's a damn good RPG for $7.50.
You could bundle it with Fractured But Whole at $24.55.
That's a really good deal.
Dota 2 is on sale. It's more free now than it was before.
100% more free.
It's more free.
I mean, hell, you can even get some old classics here. You can get the original Counter-Strike for $1, which there's still a lot of people playing that. So you could definitely get on there and get some games against some people. If you're into the the co-op puzzle games, Trine. You can get basically the first 3 Trines for roughly $10.
That's a platformer, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I got that as a bundle, all 3 of them. I just haven't got around to play them.
Much like everybody
Final
else.
Fantasy IV for $7.99. That's a good deal. Let's see here. Axiom Verge. That looks like a retro game. Let me look at that.
Oh, actually, that's not that old.
Yeah. No. It's a couple of years ago. This reminds me almost like Master Blaster or
that's a Metroid style game. Metroidvania game.
Wishlist that. I might pick it up before the end of the sale.
Yeah, that's definitely worth a look. That's a bit on my list too to try out.
Yeah.
Stardew Valley for $12. I know
that's an excellent game.
Yeah, I haven't tried it, but I keep hearing a lot of people going nuts about it.
Yeah, that's a fantastic game. Especially yeah. It's like my brain becomes a sieve when I'm on this show.
Yeah.
It used to be on 64. It was a farm sim game back in the day as well.
Oh, oh my God. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Nope, I'm drawing a blank. I know what you're talking about. I can't think of it.
Harvest Moon.
That's it.
Yep. Now here's a game I thought they were going to have on sale, at least like 10-20% off, but they're not. And that's Nier Automata.
Oh, that's a shame.
It's still $60 full retail price. That kills me because, it was released last year, and yet Final Fantasy 15 is 50% off.
Yeah.
I think they made a goof because actually this was one I was going to pick up. They did have a 50% off sale, but back in March. And I saw that and I was like, well, if it's 50% now, it might be 60% during the summer sale.
Oh, you did that.
I did that thing, ha ha ha. Because, by the time like April, May comes around, I am not buying anything on Steam because I know there's a good sale coming around the corner.
Yeah.
Generally. Let's see here.
And actually, if you're into some old FPS classics, I mean, hell, you can get Doom 2 for $1.24. Or if you're if you're a fan of the Shadow Warrior series, you can play the first one for free.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here's a game that's finally coming down on the with the sales. Is Civilization 6.
Wow.
But it's marred in DLC hell.
Yeah.
And that definitely racks up the price to it's another $50 in DLC to get the additional civilizations for it. So yeah, that's a game that's it's gonna have to, I won't pick it up until there's a final Game of the Year edition.
If there ever is.
Yeah, that's the problem now. Publishers are getting wise to that, and they don't ever release a Game of the Year edition now sometimes.
Mm.
And you're stuck having to pay the full, like, even on sale, it'll be close to $100 for everything.
Yeah, I mean, granted, it's a lot of content, and if that's your bag, then that's probably very much worth it.
Right. Let's see here. Ooh. Planescape Torment Enhanced Edition, $5. There you go. Shadowrun Hong Kong, another $5 title.
Oh, the Shadowrun games are fun. I like those.
Mm-hmm.
I like those a lot, actually.
Day of the Tentacle Remastered, $4.49. Absolutely must buy. One of the best point-and-click adventure games I've ever played.
Yeah,
it's fun. It pokes fun of itself. It pokes fun of other genres, and it's fantastic. A lot of laughs when I played that game.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Ooh, another indie title. Let me look up Broforce.
Oh, the Broforce games?
Yes.
Those are fun.
That's let's see, $3.74. Absolutely another game that's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I have never after 5 minutes of playing it, I realized there's an American Eagle on my shoulder. Okay. So I'm going to slip over here to the software section here, and I'm going to take a look at what here, because I know we talk a lot about the games, but it's also their software that they have for sale that might be worth taking a look at.
Well, let's take a look at the software end of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think generally speaking, the number one that's software that gets sold is RPG Maker, and that's no surprise here. RPG Maker MV, generally an $80 title, is now for $20. And if you even have a hinkering or slightest urge of getting into making an RPG game or Japanese style RPG game, this is definitely where you want to use. That's the software you want to use, for sure. It's loaded with DLC, but that's a lot of them are individual packs for, how you want to, what kind of style game you want to, and you don't have to get any of them. You can make your own. You make your own tiles and stuff like that. So,
hell, I mean, you can get Vegas Pro 14 for only $80, which sounds like a lot, but that's actually a pretty good deal.
Yeah, well, Sony sold it, and this other company picked it up, and maybe they learned their lesson, because I did not hear very good remarks about when people how they've been treating the game. They've been treating it almost like a advertisement platform, really.
Okay.
But I don't know. I mean, when we started the podcast, I switched over to Adobe. So my feeling was go big or go home.
Gotcha.
Let's see. Look under game development, because it tends to have a lot of good stuff here. Visual and novel maker. So you can make your scantily clad dirty novels.
Yes, you could.
For $45. So I don't know all these things. There was a time when I had time to be making stuff like this.
Yeah.
And I really don't anymore.
Damn, you weren't kidding. There's a whole bunch of these RPG makers there for like dirt cheap.
Yeah. Now there's older versions of RPG makers that are really cheap. I think one of the famous ones is either RPG Maker 2000 or RPG Maker XP. Those are you could go online and find lots of websites with free resources you can download with artwork and monsters and stuff, and it's not hard to put something together. And there's actually quite a few good games on Steam made from RPG Maker. And if you give it a moment, I can try to find one that I have on my list here. There we go. Let's see here. There was store page. It was called Era Fell, and it's made from RPG Maker, and it sells for it's on sale now for $3.99. Normally sells for $10, and it plays like a good old fashioned Super Nintendo RPG game. And I haven't finished it, but it's a lot of fun. And somebody put this together, and they're making a little buck off of it, and I appreciate that, and I'm happy to get. I think I did buy it at full retail price if I think about it.
Showed your support.
Absolutely, and I mean, when I saw the artwork and it's a magical kingdom floating in the clouds, I'm like, yeah, absolutely. That just reminds me like of that one area in Chrono Trigger, and I'm like, yeah, you sold me. That's the kind of fantasy game I want to play.
Yeah,
you got me. Done. Take my money. Now there was trying to think.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's a very dangerous thing I'm doing right now. Let me see if I might have it still on my wish list. There was a software, I think it's listed under games, that let you hook up with other people to kind of play tabletop games on the PC. And I think I did take it off my wish list.
Isn't that like Tabletop Simulator or something?
Fantasy Grounds. That's what it's called. So I'm curious, what's the price for Fantasy Grounds? All right, well, the core game is $30 on sale right now, down from $40. For a 4-pack though, so you can hand out 3 licenses, it's $90, down from $120.
Damn.
Now that's just the core game. You need to buy the rule pack, and that's where you can end up spending some money depending on how many games you play. So you can have, let's see here. Savage Worlds rule set.
Mm-hmm.
Irish wristwatch. That goes for $7.50, down from $10. Or you want to do a Call of Cthulhu game, that's $11.24. What could go wrong with a Call of Cthulhu game, right? You know?
I actually think that's a little interesting concept, though.
Well, you can actually get the rule book for that. There is a Call of Cthulhu game.
Yeah.
The problem is that whenever a monster appears, you're pretty much dead because you can't kill these things. Yeah. So if you're actually combating a monster, you're doing Call of Cthulhu wrong. When Cthulhu comes out, you're all dead. You all lost your minds.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many rules for tabletops games. I wonder if they have. I haven't seen Shadowrun, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's somewhere in here. Too bad it's not in alphabetical order. That would be nice. Now a lot of these are campaigns, so it's not like just the core rules. They come with a campaign as well.
Okay.
But it allows people to log in together and kind of helps not cheat when you're rolling dice.
Yeah.
And this is great for people who just can't get a group of guys together for an actual tabletop game. You're too far away or whatnot. This something like this is definitely a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right, here's one that actually always looked interesting. They Are Billions.
They Are Billions?
Yeah. It's a steampunk build and defend, where zombies, I guess, just keep coming at at your base there. I had a couple of friends who. What's that?
It's like a Plants vs. Zombie type thing.
Kind. I guess in a way, yeah, you could say that.
Yeah, now the pictures are loading up for me for some reason.
Yeah, for some reason it's running slow on me, just so I can look at it.
Really?
Again.
Okay, so it's not just me.
No.
$20.
But I had a couple of friends.
I see the animated pictures below.
Yeah, I had a couple of friends who have been playing it and they've been having fun with it. Apparently, it's actually pretty interesting.
I wonder if it's. No. So I don't know what it's called. There's a game out there that's basically maybe it's called Battle Simulator. No, that's the one I'm thinking of. There's a game out there that kind of lets you simulate massive battles, and it's a name for it, but I don't remember off the top of my head. But it kind of reminds me of that, where you have a few really strong characters and like a horde of Zergs.
Yeah, don't know which one that is.
Yeah. I've seen it on YouTube.
Well,
let's see.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's safe to say that there's a decent amount of stuff that's on here.
Right. And yeah. Oh, believe me. And the packs you can get, you okay, let me just get this game. But then you see oh, but maybe for a few bucks more, I can get this, this, and this. And before you know it, you can end up like me with a shit ton of games and no time to play them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess the long and short of it is if you have the setup to go check it out, definitely go check it out. Fairly confident you'll be able to find something that will do it for you there. There's a lot of different titles, a lot of different style of games that you can pretty much find something decent, something cheap. You know,
right.
if you're the budget gamer, it's definitely the way to shop. It's a shame they only do it twice a year.
There's actually plenty of really good free games on Steam as well, such as Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion.
Okay,
which is a lot of fun. I think you played a little bit too, right?
The Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion? Yeah.
Yeah. And it's free.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no. The Steam sale is it has become an event. It's a meme already. Every major Steam sale, there's usually somebody who makes a nice YouTube video about it. There was the Lord of the Rings, the orcs attacking the fort, and it's Gabe Newell. He's the orc, and they're shooting off all the discounts and everything like that. And I think somebody did Breaking Bad as a Steam summer sale, and that was pretty funny. But no, yeah, there's this is like I said, this is the event, the main event for PC players. And as games are, as you know, there's more and more console games being ported over. I'm already looking at Dragon's Dogma right here, and that's $10, $9.89. And I bet you could go to GameStop, and the PS3 version, even used, is still like $20. I bet.
For Dragon's Dogma?
Yeah, I bet.
You can get it pretty cheap.
Yeah, but I'm saying for the console version, you go to GameStop, it's probably still $20, but here it's less than 10.
Oh yeah, no, it's cheap that way.
Right. So, okay. Oh yeah, Command and Conquer, Red Alert 3. It's all here, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, there's definitely a lot of different things you can pick and have some fun with. But I think that's looking like we're almost out of time here.
Right. Well, the best deal ever.
Best deal ever? All right, lay it on me, Mike. What do you got?
It's a $30 game. It's now on sale with all the DLC for $2.99. 90% off. You can't get this anywhere else but on Steam. Aliens Colonial Marines.
Oh, fuck off. I'm still salty about that. Eventually I'll get over it.
You and me both, my friend. But still, $3. You think it's worth it?
You know what? For $3, sell it to me for $2, and then we'll talk.
Okay, yeah. No, Gearbox, you need another 99 cents off on that. Okay, you need another $1. Yeah, another $1 needs to be off of this.
Yeah, really.
So,
but
yep.
As always, I want to say thank you for everyone who listens. And I mean, hey, you know what? Yeah, if you can, leave a like, subscribe, comments, all that fun stuff that always goes with whatever platform you're on. Thanks for sticking with us on this one.
Yeah, please. Yep.
Any questions, comments, or words of wisdom you want to give? As always, you can contact us at beardedgamemasters@gmail.com. And until the next time, take care.
Happy gaming.
Go buy games.
Lots of them.
All of them.
do not stop. Always buy games.